Can I confess something? When I first started making videos, I filmed everything. Every handshake, every smile, every flower, every person walking in the room, every person walking out of a room. Even a leaf that moves slightly in the wind. Congratulations, now you're part of the documentary. I thought more footage meant better video. Then I sat down to edit 6 hours of footage for a 5-minute video. That is not editing, that is reviewing security footage from your own bad decision. Hi, my name is James from Yehagraphy. I spent years filming weddings, corporate stories, interviews, events, and enough B-roll to basically fill up a couple of swimming pools. But somewhere along the way, I learned something important. The edit does not start when you open Premiere, it starts before you hit record. So today I'm going to show you how shooting with the editing already in the mindset can save time, improve storytelling, and make the future you slightly less angry. Like and subscribe, and let's stop filming everything that moves.
Shoot that moment, don't let it break. Yehagraphy.
So here's a mistake. Beginners collect footage, professionals collect moments. Those sound similar, but technically they're not. So when I was starting out, I would get a wide shot and leave it rolling, then a medium shot, leave it rolling, then a close-up and leave that rolling too. At some point, I was no longer filming stories. I was basically monitoring the whole building. Every extra clip creates another decision later. Another file to organize, another preview to watch, another moment where you ask, why did I film this? And the worst part is, the younger you is never there to answer that. So I filmed all this footage, like a lot of it. I don't know what to do with it. Shoot the puzzle. Today, I do not think about random clips. I think about puzzle pieces. Before I hit record, I ask, what does the finished sequence need? Usually it's something simple. A wide shot, a medium shot, a close-up, a detail, a reaction, and maybe a transition. Done. Every shot should answer a question. The wide tells us where we are, the medium tells us what's happening, the close-up tells us why we should care. The reaction tells us how that moment affected someone, and the transition helps us move to the next idea without making the edit feel like it tripped over a chair. Once I had the piece I need, I stop recording. That is the part beginners struggle with. Stopping feels risky. Recording more feels safe, but recording more is not always safer. Sometimes it means you did not make a decision, literally. Think of the edit like building a sandwich. You need bread, you need filling, maybe some sauce. You do not need 17 more pieces of bread just in case, because that is not a sandwich. That is basically a carbohydrate emergency, or you may be running for a marathon, I don't know. Your record button is not a slot machine. Stop pulling the lever and hoping cinema comes out. Future you is your first client. Now, this is what I mean. Here is something that nobody told me when I started. Your first audience is not YouTube, it's not your client, it's not your family pretending they watched the whole video. Your first audience is the future you. Future you sees it all. So when I shoot now, I ask, what will editor James actually need? Does he need a reaction shot? Does he need a cutaway? Does he need room tone? Does he need the sign of outside the building? Does he need hands doing work? Once I have that, I move on. That is what shooting to edit really means. You're not just thinking about what looks good right now, you're thinking about how the shot will connect later. That one habit can make editing faster because you stop hoping the story appears in the timeline. You already brought the story home with you. Future you has definitely trust issues, and don't give them another reason not to trust you.
I have trust issues.
And if you ever open a project and seen 2,000 clips and immediately reconsider every decision that brought you there, hit the like. It lets me know that this kind of practical filmmaking background is helping. It also tells the algorithm I'm making use of content, which is important because the algorithm and I currently are in couples counseling.
I just don't know what it wants from me anymore.
I require more retention. Feed me more shorts.
Now, let's talk about AI. AI is amazing. It can transcribe interviews, organize footage, identify speakers, remove silence, create captions, find keywords, build rough cuts, and help you locate moments faster. I use it. I'm not here to pretend, we need to organize every clip by candlelight, but AI does not replace judgment. If you recorded 6 hours of random footage, AI still has to process 6 hours of random footage. It may organize the mess faster, but remember, it's still a mess. AI can find every clip where someone says the word innovation, but it doesn't automatically know which moment feels honest. AI should speed up your workflow. It should not become an emergency contact for decisions you refuse to make on set. The biggest time saver is still this: record with a purpose. AI can organize footage. You still need to decide what matters. Remember that. So here's an exercise I want you to try. So film one simple activity. Someone making coffee. I love coffee. That's why I always say someone is making coffee. Packing a camera bag, cooking breakfast, tying the shoes, walking into work. But you only get 10 shots. That's it. That's the rule. 10 shots. No bonus shots, no emergency shots. No, I know you said 10, but this plant looks cinematic. No, just 10. Limitations do not kill creativity. They actually force creativity to stop hiding behind options. Well, pretend every shot costs like $1 million. You should become a very artistic person. So don't get me wrong, this does not mean you should never capture unexpected moments. Some of the best moments are unexpected, especially when you're shooting like weddings or like candid stuff. But there's a difference between staying ready and recording everything because you're afraid to choose. Professionals are not perfect. They miss shots, they adjust, they improvise, but they constantly making decisions. Better decisions on set create better options in edit. Comment edit if you're going to try the challenge, or tell me the most footage you've ever brought home from one shoot. No judgment, unless you feel 14 hours of a tree. Then we may need to talk. So if this helped you, hit the like so I know this kind of filmmaking breakdown is useful. Subscribe if you want more modern filmmaking lessons without the boring film school headache. And comment one word below: edit. I am James with Yehagraphy, your friendly neighborhood video dude, helping you tell better stories one frame at a time. And remember, anyone can press record. A filmmaker already knows why. So shoot less, edit faster, and tell better stories.